Stephanie Dobson is back with us this week for another segment of Healthy, Thriving Family After Divorce. And Stephanie, the holidays are coming up soon, quicker than most of us would probably like. And so we are going to do a series, basically a four-part series on divorce and separation during the holidays. So let's first start out by discussing with our viewers, what are some of the things that we'll be chatting about over the next 4 weeks?
Sure. When I was trying to think of what we would talk about today, I was starting to think about the holidays. And as I look at all of the different issues that come up for families, there's so many of them. So I came up with 4 different segments. So the first one, so today we're going to be talking about families who are still living under one roof, but who may be thinking about separation or divorce. Then next week, we'll talk about families who have recently split. So those are for families who are probably going through their very first Christmas with having a 2-home family. And then in week 3, we're going to be talking about families who have already been split for quite some time. And they may have had some successes in the past and some challenges in the past, but what they're looking to do is to improve the holiday season. And then in week 4, we're going to be looking at holiday considerations for blended families. So, of course, the families who have been separated for a long, long time and who may have step families and lots of extended family to think about. So there's lots to talk about, obviously. So today, let's get started with my top 3 tips for families considering separation.
All right, Stephanie, and with that, your number 1 tip says, keep the household as stress-free as possible. So what are some of the ways to do that?
When parents are considering a split, there's usually a heightened degree of conflict that comes through the household, that permeates the household. This is just the nature of this particular stage of the relationship breakdown. For kiddos, though, the holiday memories are usually filled with things like visits with extended family, planning for Santa's arrival, fulfilling other people's wish lists and creating their own wish lists and other traditions. There's no doubt that your kids are going to feel the added stress in the household. And in my opinion, the best gift that you can give them, I talk a lot about parental conflict. So to me, the best gift that you can give them is reducing the parental conflict and letting them enjoy their traditions. You can always pick things back up in January if that's when you're planning on making your decision for a more longer term separation or divorce. And, if you and your spouse can't do things together, if the household conflict is really just too high, you may want to plan for things doing things together, separately with the kiddos. So, for example, one person might enjoy the outdoors and you might plan on taking the kids things like sledding, on walks, or even to view the neighborhood lights. And the other parent might enjoy more indoor things like baking, preparing special dishes for the holiday meals, decorating the house, wrapping presents. There's all sorts of different things that you can think about. So, the kids don't have to know that you're looking to plan things separately. You can just go ahead and do it and make it all about the kids.
And tip number 2, Stephanie, is and you kind of talked a little bit about this, is create lasting memories. So what are some things that parents who are involved in the separation and divorce process can do to help make that happen?
If you're looking to wait for the holidays to be done before starting down the path of separation or divorce, you're not alone. January is actually known as International Divorce Month, and there's a reason for that. It's when a lot of people decide they're going to pull the plug on their relationship. They want to start fresh, and January just seems to be the month that people tend to get started on that. So with respect to Christmas, this may be just the last time that kids will experience Christmas with both parents in one home. So next year, they'll be creating new traditions at mom's house, new traditions at dad's house. This is going to bring some excitement, but also lead to sadness. So for this year, for those families who are still under one roof, but considering separation, create memories that are going to last for a lifetime for the kids and do everything to make it as positive as possible.
And the last tip, Stephanie, is to give yourself some space. Why is this important?
Well, we've talked about the kids in tips 1 and 2, but being in the midst of a high conflict household is obviously a very stressful thing to do. It's easier said than done to put on a smile and to put up with the stress of knowing that there's not only conflict, but there's anticipating this separation and divorce and this long year ahead for you. So, if you can, try to be true to yourself and think about your own wellness during this time. So giving yourself some space. It's important that you take time away from the family, perhaps just to do things on your own. So things like, taking in a holiday movie at the theater. Now that they're open back up, you can enjoy that on your own or with a friend. You might want to read a book while sipping your favorite holiday drink at, at the local coffee shop, or even taking in a fitness class. Taking this time away for yourself and time away from your family, and even away from your kids, will help everyone in your household see the healthy and resilient side of you.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Stephanie, and we will be back next week to continue this series.
Great. Thanks, Stacey.